15.5. At Savatthi, then a certain monk approached the Blessed One, paid homage to him, sat down to one side and said to him, Venerable Sir, how long is an aeon? This aeon refers to a kappa, a world cycle. A world cycle has 4 stages. Firstly, like now, the world exists, and will exist for a long time. This is one stage. Then after that, it will start to disintegrate. And this process of disintegrating takes a long time before it finally disintegrates. Then after it disintegrates, there will be a period when there's no world, and then also it's a long time. And then after that, the formation of the world, what you call in the Bible, Genesis, the world starts to form. That also takes a long time until finally the world has come into existence. So these 4 stages is one world cycle. Here it says an aeon. In the Pali is kappa, or in Sanskrit is kalpa. And the Buddha said, an aeon is long, monk. It's not easy to count it and say it is so many years, or so many hundreds of years, or so many thousands of years, or so many hundreds of thousands of years. And the monk asked, then is it possible to give a simile, Venerable Sir? It is possible, monk, the Blessed One said. Suppose, monk, there was a great stone mountain, 1 yojana long, 1 yojana wide, and 1 yojana high, without holes or crevices, one solid mass of rock. I'll stop here for a moment. 1 yojana refers to a long length, and it's supposed to be 10 kilometers, 10 kilometers or 10 miles. Say we assume it's 10 kilometers. So this solid rock is 10 kilometers high, 10 kilometers long, and 10 kilometers wide. A solid cube. At the end of every 100 years, a man would stroke it once with a piece of kasi or Kasian cloth. Let's stop here for a moment. This Kasi is a city. It's a great trading center. So Kasian cloth is a very fine cloth, something like silk. So you take a very fine cloth, you are only allowed once in 100 years to rub that solid rock. That great stone mountain might by this effort be worn away and eliminated, but the aeon would still not have come to an end. So long is an aeon, monk, and aeons of such length. We have wandered through so many aeons, so many hundreds of aeons, so many thousands of aeons, so many hundreds of thousands of aeons. For what reason? Because, monk, this samsara is without discoverable beginning, and it is enough to be liberated from them. So, you see, the simile given of a world cycle is so long. This solid rock is so huge, you are only allowed to rub it only once in 100 years, only once, and with a soft cloth. How long will it take to wear away that rock? And yet the Buddha says the rock would have finished worn away, and yet 1 aeon has not passed. So it's like almost impossible to count how long the aeon is. So remember the Buddha said he contemplated the last 91 world cycles and saw only 6 Sammasambuddhas willing to teach the Dhamma. And then I mentioned also the last 3 Buddhas were on this world cycle. That means the last 90 world cycles, there were only 3 Sammasambuddhas. That means 30 world cycles before you meet 1 Sammasambuddha. Such a long time. So if we don't make use of this Dhamma now, we are not going to meet it. We'll have to suffer so much. Our tears will fill another 4 great oceans. .13 At Rajagaha in the bamboo grove. Then 30 monks from Pava approached the Blessed One, all forest dwellers, alms food eaters, rag rope wearers, triple rope users, yet all were still with fetters. Stop here for a moment. These 30 monks, if I'm not mistaken, this story I think is found in the Vinaya or somewhere. About these 30 monks, they are all very ascetic monks. They dwell in the forest, they only beg for their food, and they wear rag robes. and they use only one set of ropes. It's called the triple rope. Triple rope refers to only one set of ropes. And if I'm not mistaken, in the Vinaya books it says they had come a long way, they wanted to see the Buddha. And then the rain season was coming. So they hurried, but they could, because they walked from so far to come and see the Buddha. In those days in India they have to walk. So when the rain season started, they had not yet arrived at the Buddha's place. So they had to be content to stay in some place and spend the 3 months vasa, rains retreat period there. So immediately after the rains retreat ended, they came to see the Buddha. So during the rains, they were longing to see the Buddha because probably either they have not seen the Buddha before or they haven't seen the Buddha for a long time. And these were all good monks, but they were still with fetters, meaning they have not attained arahanthood. Having approached, they paid homage to the Blessed One and sat down to one side. Then it occurred to the Blessed One, these 30 monks from Pava are all forest dwellers, alms food eaters, rag rope wearers, triple rope users, yet all are still with fetters. Let me teach them the Dhamma in such a way that while they are sitting in these very seats, their minds will be liberated from the taints by non-clinging. So the Buddha pitied them, and since they had come so far away to see the Buddha appreciated them also because they are such ascetic monks. The Buddha very much appreciated ascetic monks because he himself was very ascetic. So he thought he wanted to help them to attain arahanthood. Then the Blessed One addressed those monks thus, monks, Venerable Sir, those monks replied. The Blessed One said this, monks, this samsara is without discoverable beginning. The first point is not discerned of beings roaming and wandering on, hindered by ignorance and fettered by craving. What do you think, monks, which is more, the stream of blood that you have shed, when you were beheaded as you roamed and wandered on through this long course, this or the waters in the 4 great oceans? As we understand the Dhamma taught by the Blessed One, Venerable Sir, the stream of blood that we have shed when we were beheaded as we roamed and wandered on through this long course, this alone is more than the waters in the 4 great oceans. Good monks, it is good that you understand the Dhamma taught by me in such a way. The stream of blood that you have shed when you were beheaded as you roamed and wandered on through this long course, this alone is more than the waters in the 4 great oceans. For a long time, monks, you have been cows, and when as cows you were beheaded, the stream of blood that you shed is greater than the waters in the 4 great oceans. For a long time you have been buffalo, sheep, goats, deer, chickens and pigs. For a long time you have been arrested as burglars, highwaymen and adulterers. And when you were beheaded, the stream of blood that you shed is greater than the waters in the 4 great oceans. For what reason? Because, monks, this samsara is without discoverable beginning. It is enough to be liberated from them. This is what the Blessed One said. Elated, those monks delighted in the Blessed One's statement. And while this exposition was being spoken, the minds of the 30 monks from Pava were liberated from the taints or asavas by non-clinging. So, when the monks realized that we have been in samsara for so long, our blood we have shed so much that they experienced revulsion, dispassion, and they just let go of their clinging and became arahants. 15.14 until 19, the Buddha said, Savati, monks, this samsara is without discoverable beginning. It is not easy, monks, to find a being who in this long course has not previously been your mother, or your father, or your brother, your sister, your son, your daughter. For what reason? Because, monks, this samsara is without discoverable beginning. It is enough to be liberated from them. Here, these few suttas, the Buddha says, it's very difficult to meet some being who has not previously been related to us in some way. Even the dogs and the animals and all other persons that we meet, even devas and devis and ghosts, if we meet them, also all have been related to us. very difficult to find a being who has not been related to us. So because of this, we should consider sometimes we are angry with somebody. We should try to realize that we have all been related before and try to be kind to everybody.
Yeah.